Monday at 7 on Fox 13. Live from Fox 13 Studios, this is Fox 13 News at 9.
The United States is leading the world with more than 540,000 coronavirus cases. But could President Trump have done more to prevent the country's outbreak?
Fox's David Spunt explains why some are arguing that Trump knew about the virus but was slow to act.
New questions being raised about President Trump's response to the coronavirus pandemic. There are allegations that he was slow to act. A recent New York Times report claims he was repeatedly warned about the impact the virus could have on the United States, adding the warnings came as early as January, with the president failing to heed those warnings and downplaying the threat.
They heard there was a problem in China. That's when they started working on this, and that's pretty incredible. That's why we're in good shape.
Infectious disease expert Dr. Anthony Fauci also alerted the president around the same time.
As I've said many times, we look at it from a pure health standpoint. We make a recommendation. Often the recommendation is taken. Sometimes it's not. But it is what it is. We are where we are right now.
With hundreds of thousands of Americans already infected, health experts say earlier action could have made the country better prepared for the fight.
If we had acted on some of those warnings earlier, we would be in a much better position in terms of diagnostics and possibly masks and personal protective equipment and getting our hospitals ready.
On Sunday, President Trump fired back at the report via Twitter. A White House spokesman says the president's focus continues to be on the health of all Americans. At the White House, David Spunt, Fox News.
Former Vice President and presumptive Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden is laying out his vision on how to reopen the country after the outbreak slows. In an op-ed piece for the New York Times, he calls for widespread testing, continued social distancing, and broader use of the Defense Production Act to provide health care supplies. Biden says hospitals need to be prepared for a possible flare-up of COVID-19 when people go back to work.
Delta Airlines changing how passengers board its planes. Passengers will now board planes from the back to the front, and flyers will have to wait until their row is called. Delta says this change will stay in place at least through May 31st.
British Prime Minister Boris Johnson has been released from the hospital after his bout with COVID-19 left him there for about a week. According to Johnson's office, he will not return to work immediately. Instead, he will continue his recovery at home. Police departments around the country are reporting less crime as cities remain on lockdown.
Fox's Ashni Hasni shows us why.
The coronavirus pandemic upending the world as we know it, shuttering businesses, closing schools, changing how restaurants serve customers. But there could be one upside to all the changes. Crime across the globe is down.
We're starting to see drops in all categories of crime.
One of America's most violent cities, Chicago, has seen a 42% plunge in drug arrests during the lockdown as compared to the same time last year, and a 10% dip in overall crime. In New York City, major crimes such as murder, rape, and burglary decreased by 12% from February to March. And in Los Angeles, key crime statistics dropped by 30% after mid-March.
We do have the continuing downward trend on crime overall. Overall violent crime is down 4.5% compared to the same time period last year.
And it's not just in the U.S. Peru saw an 84% downturn last month. And South African police reporting a stunning reduction in murders, rapes, and serious assaults. However, law enforcement worry less crime on the streets could result in a surge of unreported domestic violence incidents.
And in the last week, the National Domestic Abuse Helpline reported a 120% increase in the number of calls it received in one 24-hour period.
UK officials also warning about an uptick in fraudulent coronavirus scams and online child exploitation. Meantime, some U.S. officials attributing the decreased crime numbers to police not making low-level arrests or opting to issue citations. And some departments are saying they're not responding to non-urgent calls in order to try to avoid contracting this highly contagious virus. In New York, Aisha Hasni, Fox News.
Still to come, the COVID-19 pandemic is impacting all walks of life, and local musicians are among those hit the hardest. Kurt Bester talks one-on-one with Bob Evans about the struggles musicians are facing in tonight's 3 Questions.
Well, we have some Jazz news coming up in sports. While Mike Conley was playing horse, Rudy Gobert was speaking out about his relationship with teammate Donovan Mitchell. We'll hear it when we come back.
Join Kelly Chapman weeknights on Fox 13 News at 9.
Fox Wednesday. Get your sing-along on with our remaining celebrities in disguise. Plus a never-before-seen tribute from our unmasked singers.
I love you, White Tiger.
The Masked Singers Sing-Along Spectacular, followed by the season finale of Lego Masters, Wednesday on Fox.
You fried my computer. All of our work is gone.
These hard drives are designed to withstand temperatures of... Oh my God, it's on fire!
Modern Family, Monday at 6:30 on Fox 13.
Having 2 kids is great. But doing all the laundry? Oh, what is that? Not so great. I needed a way to keep up with it all. Going into RC Willey and choosing machine was like, it was amazing.
During this challenging time, if you need essential items, including appliances, you can shop online 24/7 at rcwilley.com or call the nearest store for assistance.
I'm a human being instead of a laundry slave.
Fox 13 News understands that these are trying times.
The school district has canceled all classes
Stories
indefinitely.
concerning COVID-19 are having a major impact on our lives. Our promise is to report clear and accurate information for Utahns. Not overhyped, but a calm and honest reflection of the news at hand.
Gary Herbert is expected to issue a directive.
Understanding what we're up against is the best way to solve it. And we are in this together. Fox 13 News. Let's connect.
You want to do what's right for your family.
Fox Tuesday.
You always were a ride or die.
There's only 2 episodes left.
When have we ever let anybody put our backs against the wall?
What you got in mind?
They can't take Empire away from us again.
I will remember who was in my corner and who wasn't.
One false move, it's a wrap.
We do make a great team.
Empire, all new Tuesday on Fox.
The Flame, The Flow, Banshee. These ultimate taggers are after you.
We have a group of lunatics here that are extremely willing to sacrifice your body.
They're intense, strong, and a little crazy.
You see how happy I am right now?
This summer.
This is one of the only times I wish I had a step stool.
Don't get caught.
Welcome to the fastest, craziest, most intense game you've ever seen.
Ultimate Tag premieres Wednesday, May 20th on Fox.
Well, the Utah Jazz haven't played in about a month, so it's nice to hear them in the mix again as we are hopeful for a return of the NBA. What's in store for the Jazz right now, Jeff?
Well, we got some pretty good news, I think. Rudy Gobert had a very interesting Instagram Live today. The Athletic reported that a source said the relationship between Gobert and Donovan Mitchell is unsalvageable after the 2 NBA All-Stars tested positive for COVID-19. But here's what Gobert said tonight when asked if there was any truth to the rumors that their relationship cannot be saved.
It is true that we didn't speak for a while after this, but we did spoke a few days ago. And, you know, like I said, we both ready to go out there and try to win a championship for this team. You know, it's all about being a professional. And, you know, everyone got different relationships. Everyone got, you know, it's never perfect. Married, people that are married, you know, it's never perfect. So, you know, me and my teammate, no, it's not. It's far from perfect. But at the end of the day, we both want the same thing, and it's winning. And, you know, and we both grown men, and we're both going to do what it takes to win.
We'll go with my right-handed layup behind the backboard.
Jazz guard Mike Conley took on former WNBA star Tamika Catchings in the first round of the NBA Horse Challenge tonight. Conley making it look easy in his indoor gym. Catchings needed to make that shot on her outdoor court to stay alive, and it's no good. So Conley wanted to advance to the semifinals. He'll face Chauncey Billups on Thursday. It's time to see what you've got. Here's another edition of Highlights from Home. We start with a football star from Cedar City, Slade Parsons, putting in the work on the field. His dad said this kid will be the Utah Utes' next star. And check out Caden Snyder from Lehigh. He normally does this on a spring floor, but he had to improvise. I like this one. 6-year-old Colin McIntyre going between his dad's legs to get open. And yeah, he hit the shot. And Beth Hershey got all the kids outside for some boxing. That's a good way to get out there and punch away in the fresh air. Okay, who wants to be next? If you want to see yourself on highlights from home, send us their videos to sports@fox13now.com. Coming up tonight on the Fox 13 Sports page, we'll hear from former Utah State quarterback Jordan Love as he gets ready for the NFL Draft. Plus, we'll check in with PGA Tour golfer Zach Blair and RSL head coach Freddie Juarez and Utah Royals FC head coach Craig Harrington. I think it's good news that we heard Rudy come out and talk.
I know. I think a lot of people have been wanting to hear that, not just read it, but also hear it as well. He was asked on the spot, so it was nice to get that answer. Seemed pretty honest as well.
Yeah, and now it's, I think, Donovan's turn. We want to hear from him now.
You're next, Donovan. We're hopeful for that. Thank you, Jeff.
We're keeping the showers away for now, but we're tracking our next storm. I'll tell you when it will hit.
It's the show everyone is talking about. Fox Monday, TMZ investigates Tiger King. With new footage, exclusive interviews, and shocking revelations. TMZ investigates Tiger King, what really went down after an all-new 911. Monday on Fox.
It's the perfect recipe for your afternoon.
The place at 1 p.m., followed by Dr. Oz at 2.
Smells good.
Weekdays starting at 1, right here on Fox 13.
Welcome to the NFL Draft. Heisman Trophy winner, national champion. He's an instant playmaker.
The legend has begun with the first pick.
Fox 13 is committed to helping our community during the COVID-19 pandemic. Symptoms of coronavirus include fever, dry cough, fatigue, shortness of breath, and muscle aches. Before you go to a medical facility, call the Utah Coronavirus Hotline at 1-800-456-7707 or schedule a telehealth appointment with a healthcare provider. Thank you for watching Fox 13, and remember, we'll get through this together.
Local restaurants need our help more than ever. If you need a break from your kitchen, join us for Takeout Tuesday and order from your favorite local spot and share your experience with #Takeout Tuesday. Find stories about the resilience of our local business community at fox13now.com/open. So order up, take it out, and kick back tonight. Takeout Tuesday, brought to you by Fox 13 News and Fox 13's The Place, part of We're Open Utah.
I wouldn't have done this journey with anyone but you.
Don't miss the final challenge.
This is the one that really counts.
The ultimate Lego builds.
We are here to win.
And the $100,000 decision.
Who is the Lego Masters champion?
Lego Masters season finale after The Masked Singer, Wednesday on Fox.
Together, we must help our community stop the spread of COVID-19, also known as coronavirus. The best way we can do this is to follow social distancing guidelines by staying home whenever possible and staying at least 6 feet away from other people. We have the power to protect ourselves from contracting COVID-19 by avoiding close contact with others, not touching your face, washing your hands, coughing into your elbow, and disinfecting surfaces.
Modern Family, nightly at 6:30 and 10:05 on Fox 13.
Joined by meteorologist Breck Bolton now. Showers staying away today, but is there rain in the forecast for the upcoming week, Breck?
Well, we do have another storm that we've been tracking. Of course, this last storm brought the colder air, some winds, a little bit of shower activity. We do need the moisture, but from the storm, we mainly saw the rain in the valley, snow in the mountains. Now, earlier on this morning, we had just a few flurries tracking across the Salt Lake Valley, but most of the snow confined to the mountains. But it definitely got cold enough that if we did have lingering moisture, we could have seen some snow throughout the valley floors. As we look at the upcoming storm, we're not worried about snow in the valleys, but we do, as mentioned, need that snow still building up in the mountains. I want to share a photo coming in from a viewer. This is Michael Bowman up in Big Cottonwood Canyon over the weekend. Plenty of blue sky. Yeah, we picked up maybe an inch or two from this last storm. Nothing of great significance, but yeah, we definitely could use some more. And we're going to get a little bit more here as we look over the next couple of weeks. But let's take a look at your current temperatures along the Wasatch Front. We're right now in the 40s, where that's where we were at for most of the afternoon. We barely got over into the 50s for a brief period of time, but looking at the flow and the winds, mainly out of the north, keeping temperatures cool. Now, Just an update drought situation looking across the state. It's becoming more of a concern central southeastern Utah, where we have a moderate level as it pertains to looking at dry conditions. Severe extreme southeastern Utah. Along the Wasatch Front, we're okay. Some spots are fairly dry. But as we update you, is the snowpack, where a couple of weeks ago, we were leaning slightly above normal as it pertains to the snowpack. Now, with not any significant storms rolling through, we're now leaning slightly below normal. So, again, we still have that window where temperatures are cold enough that when we do get storms, we still build up that snowpack in the mountains. But, of course, our window is getting shorter and our limited time. So we do need the moisture. We need it both in the valleys and the mountains, but especially in the mountains to allow that snowpack, where we like to see that it may be once again slightly above normal. Okay, let's go right now, satellite radar. Earlier on, we had the showers in southern Utah hanging on to some clouds, but looks like it'll be fairly dry overnight. And it looks to be dry, at least across northern Utah. We're going to see, though, a little bit of energy and some moisture with some clouds and maybe a few snow flurries that potentially would impact extreme northern Utah over towards southwest Wyoming in the overnight hours. Let's confirm that as we take a look at our computer models. So for tonight, we've got the clock. Let's go throughout tonight through tomorrow morning. You can see, again, we're talking Rich County, Woodruff, Randolph over towards southwest Wyoming, potentially maybe seeing some flurries, but we're avoiding most of the valleys across northern Utah and most mountain locations. The rest of the state, waking up tomorrow morning, we'll be looking at mostly sunny skies. We hang on to some clouds across northern Utah, but we also hang on to that cooler northwesterly flow, which will allow temperatures to once again be below normal and very similar into the range that we saw today. But it looks to be fairly dry as far as no big threat of any showers here as we move from tomorrow into Tuesday as well. I want to show you, though, as we go from Tuesday to Tuesday night and Wednesday, look upstream. That's our next storm system. It starts bringing and clipping northern Utah, allowing for a possibility of some rain showers Wednesday and lingering showers on Thursday. All right, so let's move to the forecast, at least for tonight, as we're going to be looking at partly cloudy skies. Waking up tomorrow morning along the Wasatch Front, we're going to be finding temperatures close to freezing, and then only warming up into the 40s for afternoon highs. We'll call it partly sunny skies across the north, mostly clear skies across the south, as we'll be looking at temperatures warming in St. George and staying dry. We'll be in the 70s by the middle of the week and stay there all throughout next weekend. Now, northern Utah, we mentioned that storm. We're going to see those rain showers Wednesday and Thursday. We get back into the 60s, but then another storm next week, Sunday through Monday. So we'll keep that possibility of showers going. But sandwiched in between, we have some nice days as well with sunny skies and some warmer temps.
Among the millions of people affected by the COVID-19 pandemic, those who make our lives richer and more enjoyable are taking a very hard hit. Anyone who entertains us from the stage and anyone who helps them have seen their incomes evaporate into thin air. Kurt Bester is well known for his incredible yearly Christmas concerts and for countless scores and performances the rest of the year. We got together by Skype and I asked him 3 questions. Many people might be surprised to know that Utah really has a lot of commercial music going on here. People writing, arranging, recording, that kind of thing. What kind of an effect is this having on our musician friends and their ability to make ends meet?
Well, honestly, Bob, it stopped almost day one. It was like the minute that we had to stay indoors or not go out and keep our distance, everything shut down. All the recording studios, and then literally all these people that rely on their freelance work, the music, the violinists, the engineers, it just stopped. And they had literally no way to make a living. Nobody can do takeout music. We're just waiting for it to end so we can perform again.
How are they getting by? Have you got any idea?
Honestly, just through the goodness of friends. Some people are doing online lessons. That's been helpful. Some people are doing concerts online and people can Venmo them money. But to be really honest, we're all just kind of hoping that this goes away quicker than it is.
It's one thing to see the devastating effects on the economy, but
It's another thing entirely to watch what's happening to our culture. And I realize that we're relatively new into this situation, but tell me what kind of a cultural effect it has when we shut down venues, music venues and theaters and ballet and even sports venues. What does that do to us culturally?
Well, honestly, you know, people might think that what I do and other people in the music business and entertainment business do is superfluous or just for luxury. But honestly, it kind of makes us human. So if all we're doing is going to the store, getting toilet paper and food and coming home and sitting here, the things that make us human, the entertainment, and then when you go to the theater, you're with other people. When you go to a concert, so all those things that kind of make us human have gone away, and it's disconcerting not just to us performers, but to the audience and the people that like to spectate.
So many elements of our everyday lives have been disrupted. We do things differently. Just you and I talking together like this is different than how we would normally do it. When we get to the end of this thing, what are some of the lessons that you anticipate that we as a people and that you personally will have learned by coming through this experience?
I don't know about you, Bob, but when I walk around and I see people on the street, a few people, and I go to the store for my weekly sundries, I notice that people are looking at each other, smiling. People are saying, kind of feel them say, hey, we're in this together. As you can see just their eyes, you can't see what they're smiling, but there's this, I hope that doesn't end when things go back to whatever normal will be. I hope we can remember how we all came. And the other thing that I think is interesting is that it doesn't matter how much money you make, doesn't matter whether you're a famous athlete for the Utah Jazz, or whether you're the governor, or whether you're a lowly composer, we all are experiencing the same thing. That commonality is comforting, I think. I think this experience has told me how fragile life is. My good friend Bob Garf passed away, and I see other people getting sick. This has definitely taught me how fragile life is, and I'm going to enjoy every moment, no matter whether it's here on a Skype call or whether we're face-to-face and I get to shake your hand again soon, Bob.
All right. Well, Kurt Bester, entertainer, composer, musician, one of Utah's crown jewels, thank you so much for being part of 3 Questions.
Thank you, and stay well.
You too.
Just when you thought you were done painting, you discover paint bleed under your tape. Not with Frog Tape. Frog Tape is the only painter's tape treated with patented paint block technology. Paint block reacts with the water in latex paint to form a micro barrier against paint bleed, giving you the sharpest lines possible. Get professional results with Frog Tape. No messy lines, no paint bleed. For sharp lines, every time, Frog it.
Why is ambition respected in men and criticized in women? Well, when asked to draw a leader, the vast majority of people, both men and women, draw a man. When we imagine positions of power, we erase women from the picture. It's time to challenge cultural stereotypes and outmoded mindsets. The world is a better place when we support one another's ambitions, whatever they may be. Our ambition is to challenge double standards to help achieve women's equality. What's yours? Embrace ambition.
Fox 13 is committed to helping our community during the COVID-19 pandemic. Symptoms of coronavirus include fever, dry cough, fatigue, shortness of breath, and muscle aches. Before you go to a medical facility, call the Utah Coronavirus Hotline at 1-800-456-7707 or schedule a telehealth appointment with a healthcare provider. Thank you for watching Fox 13, and remember, we'll get through this together.
Fox 13 News understands that these are trying times.
The school district has canceled all classes
Stories
indefinitely.
concerning COVID-19 are having a major impact on our lives. Our promise is to report clear and accurate information for Utahns, not overhyped, but a calm and honest reflection of the news at hand.
Gary Herber is expected to issue a directive.
Understanding what we're up against is the best way to solve it, and we are in this together. Fox 13 News. Let's connect.
Miss Lee, this is Agent Williams from the tax office. Our records show an unpaid balance on your account. If you don't pay by end of day, you'll be facing jail time. Well, the fastest way to fix this is with a prepaid debit card. Can you go get one now? Yes, and we want to clear this up. If you just buy that prepaid card, put $400 on it, then call me back and read the numbers to me.
The moment they ask for a prepaid card is the moment you know something's wrong. Think before you send money. Learn more at scamawareness.org.
When you're forged out of the pioneer spirit that founded Utah, you have to be resourceful, innovative, and resilient. That's why we're still running bus, tracks, front runner, and paratransit service. Transit is critical, and life's essentials won't wait. And we know you need safe and reliable transportation to reach them. Providing safe service isn't only our goal, it's our mission. We're here for you today and into the future. Together, we'll keep moving forward.
Fox 13's Scott McKay, part of Utah's #1 news team.
Stay home. I'm sorry if you can't go to your plays. Don't go anywhere. And wash your hands. I'm serious.
Serious about those play dates. Finally at 9, Nova Knight, 5-year-old from Arkansas, got international attention when she made this adorable video staying safe during the COVID-19 pandemic. Her first video was inspired by Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's video with a similar message.
So Trudeau actually responded to her video thanking Nova for helping to spread the word. Nova's video includes tips, too, on how to keep yourself occupied at home, like doing crafts, cooking, watching TV, and lots of dress-up. Good advice, Nova.
She's done lots of good activities there. Some adults could take some notice from that. Thanks for watching Fox 13 News at 9.
Quickcast is coming up next, and don't go anywhere because Sports Page is still ahead.
Fox 13's Lauren Steinbrecher, part of Utah's #1 news team.
For Hyundai and its dealers, the health and safety